So, you been watching the Olympics at all?
No, not at all.
Well, that ruins everything I'm about to say.
I mean, I think I watched some of it somewhere. Maybe like a doctor's office or something.
You want to hear a funny story?
Sure.
Actually, I was out to lunch the other day with my coworkers. My boss was with me, and my boss was getting actually pissed off, like video game rage pissed off, because handball was on the TV, and he fucking hates handball for some reason.
I actually have been watching a little bit of the Olympics.
This motherfucker.
The beach volleyball is really good. The women's beach volleyball.
Oh yeah, that's your favorite sport?
Yeah, honestly, I mean, they're very talented athletes. I think.
Yeah. Who's your favorite player? Whoever plays for Team Brazil.
We're not just going to be doing this the whole time.
Yeah,
today.
we're not going to talk about the Olympics. I just wanted to flex my athletic prowess a little bit on you guys. Did you guys know I played quarterback in high school? Anyways,
Oh, that's were you first or what? Which one were you again?
cut the fucking camera right now. Cut the fucking camera. All right, guys. We actually have a good episode for you guys, contrary to what you just saw.
No, I'm sorry. I think the correct term for your position was actually nickelback, because there's the quarterback and you're the backup.
So, guys, today we're going to talk about San Diego Comic-Con and all the amazing announcements that happened last week. Now,
actually, yes, there has been some really big stuff. Not all of it is good news, though.
No,
unfortunately,
no. 14 people were arrested in a sex trafficking ring.
It was a sting operation.
Yeah, it was a crazy sting operation. 10 victims were rescued. One of which
someone's going to make a movie about it at some point.
Yeah, no, honestly. One of the victims being a 16-year-old girl. Just crazy shit.
Honestly, it's one of the, I view Comic-Con as, the happiest place on earth. It's like my version of Disney World.
Yeah.
You would never think in a million years. Even Disney World, right? I'm sure that there's shit that happens at Disney World, too.
Yeah.
I mean, because it is Florida. And fuck that state. The entire state.
100%, dude. Super sad. Obviously, good situation that they were safe,
it's great.
Super sad.
It's sad to think, to bring that to light, to think that, that happens often.
Yeah, that's...
So much so that they had to put a sting operation in place to catch the people that are doing it.
Fucking wild. But yeah, Comic-Con was last weekend. I love how I noticed this when I was editing the last episode. We predicted, I guess, accidentally, Robert Downey Jr. as Dr. Doom. I would say predicting is the wrong term. We talked about the rumor and said that we would fucking hate it, and then it happened.
Yeah, because there was the rumor. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. But before we get to that, we have a couple other topics from San Diego Comic-Con.
Yeah, little things we want to kind of touch on.
So first of all, we have new Penguin teaser.
I didn't watch it. Here's my thing with trailers. I'll watch one trailer. Mm-hmm. I'll watch a teaser. I'll watch a trailer. And then I won't watch anything else after that, because trailers give away way too much stuff.
Yeah, they do.
Way too much stuff.
Yeah.
And honestly, the only reason I found out that X-23 was in the movie
that was lame.
Was because they put it in a trailer.
Yeah.
Which,
that was lame.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Which Kevin Feige did come out and say that he had a reason for it, but I don't remember what he had said.
Something about the emotional marketing, I heard him say.
Something like that, yeah. Whatever, it's still stupid.
Whatever.
Yeah, so I don't watch trailers, but I am very excited for the Penguin.
Yeah. We also
You're not as excited.
No, I'm not. I don't know. Sorry.
I just love Matt Reeves' universe and what he's building right now. So I'm really down for the Penguin. I'm glad. I'm excited to see it.
Yeah, I'll watch it.
I mean, you're going to have to, because it's just me and you on the show right now.
Speaking of just me and you, shout out Wes. Transformer trailer dropped. I know he's really excited for that one. Transformers 1, the animated one.
Yeah, I'm here or there. I like Transformer stuff just as much as the next guy, but I really fucking hate Keegan-Michael Key.
What?
Yeah, I don't like him at all. I don't think he's funny at all. Genuinely.
Hey, Aaron, you don't think that's funny?
I mean, like some of their older skits were funny, yes, but I think people are way too much like, oh my god, he's so funny. It's like, okay, but him as Bumblebee,
I mean, that sucks. Yeah.
Like what?
Yeah,
that makes no sense.
I mean,
he's in arguably he's like the worst character of any Predator movie of all time.
I didn't even know he was in Predator movie.
He's in a Predator movie, and it's the worst fucking Predator film probably ever made.
He was good as Toad. He did a good job as Toad.
Yeah, Toad wasn't bad. No, yeah, you're right. You're right.
Toad was good.
I don't know. I just don't like Keegan-Michael Key, especially as Bumblebee.
For you college football fans, his impression of James Franklin is elite. We also got a new logo for DC. Mm-hmm. They're going back to the 70s logo, which I love.
It's like this.
It's the super sick one, the blue circle with the DC that's, diagonal. He's really paying homage to like the old DC writers, the old DC artists, and everything like that.
I bet you you remember that Death of Superman book?
Yeah.
It probably is on that. Anyway. Yeah. But yeah, so DC has a new logo, and it's actually Batman Caped Crusader is the first project or anything that has that logo.
Which, stay tuned. We will be talking about Batman Crusader later on in this episode.
But I just wanted to
throw it in there. We also got a Doctor Who spinoff, and my only question is, Doctor Who the fuck cares?
I was just gonna say it.
I knew you. I had to get that out quick. I knew you were about to say something like that.
It was right there.
Yep. But the one that I think that we care about more, we have the Boys prequel show was announced,
dude,
which is going to be really cool. Jensen Ackles is coming back.
Jensen Ackles and the girl who plays Stormfront, aka Liberty, aka the Nazi chick.
Yeah.
They're going to be coming back. So Jensen Ackles, when he was at Hall H and they announced it, he actually was reading the prompt, and had no idea that he was actually in the show.
That's so cool.
That's really they didn't tell him, and he was just like, I have no idea what I'm reading. And he started reading it, and he was like, Jensen Ackles, will be starring in a prequel series of The Boys. And he was like, oh, what the fuck? Cool. Like on stage at Hall H.
That's super cool, man.
Very Jensen Ackles.
Yeah. No, The Boys, I want to say something too. I saw The Boys a while ago tweeted out that graphic of like the 30, like making fun of the MCU and those 30 movies that they're going to do. Mm-hmm. They're kind of unironically becoming that with the Gen V show, the prequel series. You got The Boys still going on, which I think the next season of The Boys comes out in 2026. Mm-hmm. So this show will probably come out at some point in 2025.
Stay tuned. We are going to be doing a Boys episode very soon.
Yeah.
But now Mike needs to catch up.
I do.
Before we even do that.
How many seasons are there? 3?
4.
4. I need to catch up on 4 seasons. So I'm a
which isn't... You can do it.
I can. No, I can. 100% I can.
You just gotta, mind over matter. Get it done. But I finished all 4 seasons of The Boys, and it's really good.
Yeah.
Very excited to see what happens. But again, we'll talk about it eventually. But yeah.
And then the last kind of quote unquote minor thing that was at San Diego Comic-Con that we want to talk about. It's confirmed that Harrison Ford will be playing Red Hulk.
That's been confirmed.
Yeah, no, but they showed like footage of it.
There's been a trailer out.
Yeah, but they showed the actual like Harrison Ford knows he's playing Red Hulk thing.
The new memes of Harrison Ford tweaking the fuck out on stage at Hall H. Yeah,
I love how Harrison Ford loves every character he plays, but Han Solo.
Yeah, he fucking hates.
He hates Han Solo.
It's so funny,
and it's so funny.
Yeah,
he would never do that.
So funny.
They'd be like, "Can you pose?" He'd be like, "No, fuck you."
I actually just saw a really funny video this morning of he was on the press junket for Blade Runner with Ryan Gosling and Ana de Armas, and the interviewer was like, "What is what's like a lifetime goal for you? Like what what's a end goal for you?" Harrison Ford goes, "Becoming rich and famous." And Ryan Gosling started losing his shit laughing and like couldn't stop laughing. It was really funny.
It's just so fucking funny.
There's a couple things that are off of your list there, buddy.
Like what?
Fantastic Four. There's a lot of Fantastic Four stuff that came out. There's a whole mini trailer that dropped. It's not an official trailer, but it's there was footage that was shown. There's footage. There's early footage of fucking Galactus being showed. So there was a whole little mini footage, test footage thing that they did.
Yeah,
and it shows. So basically, the whole premise of this movie is that this takes place in the 60s.
Yeah.
This is like a 60s timeline.
Which we've heard that rumor for years.
Yeah, but this is now confirmed based on the footage that was shown. Dude, they showed a silhouetted version of The Thing.
Yeah.
Hands down, this is going to be the best version of The Thing we've ever seen on camera. He's got like the brick, like the big eyebrows. Mm-hmm. He has that.
Yeah.
You can see it in the silhouette.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Johnny looks good. Joseph Quinn, I'm curious about him. I didn't love his casting at first. I love Joseph Quinn, but I didn't love his casting at first.
Yeah.
But
everyone's up in arms about Pedro Pascal, but I don't know. From what I saw, he looks good.
I mean, I don't
TBD.
love him either. Yeah,
or TBD.
But
it's kind of how I felt about Robert Pattinson, and then I saw his movie, and I was like, "Holy shit, I was so wrong. I'm so sorry." Mm-hmm. Maybe that's going to be the case, but
I hope that's the case.
Yeah, I hope that's the case.
I would hope that's the case.
He has the ability to be a
no, he
phenomenal
definitely does. Like, but you also have to think too that Pedro Pascal, bro, he's making that fucking money. He's making that
got Disney.
money.
He got Disney in his back fucking pocket right now, dude.
He's got Disney. He's got Warner Brothers too, because The Last of Us. Last of Us season 2 is coming out next year. So as soon as he's done with Fantastic Four, he's gonna have to do Last of Us.
And aren't they making a Mando movie in a couple years?
Yep, the Mando movie.
Yeah, I mean, that brother is set for life.
He's cooking. He's cooking.
Let me tell you that. Okay, let's get to the big news. And I wanted to, for anybody who's been off the internet. Robert Downey Jr. is coming back as Dr. Doom.
Yeah, now, if you haven't seen this, you basically have just had your phone off for the last week.
I don't know what you've been doing. You've been avoiding Deadpool spoilers and haven't seen the movie or something.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you, JaCoby. Robert Downey Jr. went on the stage at Comic-Con, unveiled the mask. He said, different mask, same task. Kind of hard, by the way. What was your initial reaction when you saw Robert Downey Jr. as Dr. Doom?
Didn't love it. I didn't love it.
Yep.
Now I'm thinking about it more, and if they're going the direction I think they're going, could be okay. Mm-hmm. But it's still really lazy.
Yeah.
I mean, we knew like RDJ wanted to come back in some form. Like we already knew that. Yeah. But basically, I think what they're going to do here is, I saw someone say on Twitter that, which I'm basically stealing this, and I'm sorry I can't credit you because I have no idea who said this, but pretty much. They were saying that RDJ, or no, like the main universe, right? The main Marvel universe figures out that Iron Man is the anchor being of the universe. He was the anchor being, so that now he's been dead for a couple of years, and the universe is slowly starting to decay and whatever. So they go and they're finding different variants of Tony Stark, and they just so happen to pull the variant, which is a real comic book thing.
Yeah.
Where Tony Stark is Dr. Doom. And then he ends up becoming the villain of the movie, and then like the real Doom will be revealed at the end. It's lazy as fuck.
It is lazy.
That's not a terrible write around, but it's still extremely lazy.
I have a couple issues with this. So my first reaction was, oh my god. My second reaction was, what the fuck? Mm-hmm. Because the whole thing with Marvel is they are trying to recapture what Endgame did for them, right? And I feel like it's just so lazy that instead of building up this next big event to give you the same payoff that Endgame got you, you're bringing back the Russo brothers, you're bringing back Robert Downey Jr., you're bringing back the same, like you're just basically rerunning Endgame. And Endgame was such a special, it was built up event. It was 10 years in the making, and I feel like they're trying to rush the next Endgame. They're going to get Robert Downey Jr. back. I don't even think it was a storytelling thing. I think it was a marketing thing. I think this
whole thing is a marketing thing.
I think
and to credit that, why don't you say how much Robert Downey Jr. is making, and I'll say how much the Russo brothers are making.
So I'm looking at the numbers right now. Robert Downey Jr. is confirmed to be in Avengers Doomsday coming out May 1st, 2026. Avengers Secret Wars May 7th, 2027. 2 Avengers movies in 2 years. He's also set to appear, at least in a limited role, in the Fantastic Four movie. He's making $100 million.
Wait, is that across all of those projects or one project per?
Across all of them, yeah.
Okay.
That would be like half the budget.
Okay, I was going to say.
Yeah, no.
Okay, well, yeah. Well, the Russo
like $50
brothers,
million a movie.
The Russo brothers are coming back for Avengers Doomsday and Avengers Secret Wars. Mm-hmm. They're making $40 million per movie on that one film.
So they're basically making what RDJ's movie making. 44, yeah.
So here's the thing with that.
They're blowing $90 million per movie on the
On
director.
3 people. Not to mention, Anthony Mackie, Tom Holland,
if they bring in Toby or
Letitia Wright.
Yeah.
If they bring in any cameos, just the base people that are already in the universe.
Holy shit.
That's not even mentioning them. There's already $90 million of the budget being spent on just 3 people.
I want to say...
And we're wondering why the special effects look fucking terrible.
Jeez.
That's why.
I want to say what Endgame's budget was, what, $300 million? That sounds about right. Jeez Louise, dude. You put in... Anyways, I mean, I've seen different conspiracy theories. I've seen different thoughts on blah, 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 blah. Guarantee you whatever version of Doom they do, it's going to involve the multiverse, so we're getting more multiverse stuff.
I don't like that. Like, Deadpool was right. Can we just fucking be done with it?
We're getting...
It's so bad.
And the other thing that I think is totally fair is, and I've seen this all over Twitter, people are saying, well, Doom is going to face off against our, main universe heroes, obviously, and there's going to be Battle World, which is another thing that we're going to talk about in a second. What the fuck are people in our universe going to say when they see Dr. Doom? And I understand
no one knows who Doom is.
Like they're going to be like
so okay,
Tony?
Again, this is what I'm saying. Like, so they're going to bring in Tony, but it's going to be a different version of Tony. They're going to be like, okay, so this is Tony Stark. Okay, cool. I have been enjoying the memes of like Spider-Man being like, oh my god, Mr. Stark, you're back, and then Tony's I hate you 3000.
Yeah, that's so dumb. If they write that in, I'm fucking throwing a can of
Michael
tomatoes.
Waldron would 100% write that in.
I'm throwing a can of tomatoes at the movie screen at NCG, bro. I swear to God.
We should just go to the premiere in LA and just, if that fucking happens, just whip a can of tomato, just a fully sealed can of tomatoes at the back of Michael Waldron's head.
I mean,
maybe we can knock something in his head right so he can actually write movies better.
I have been for years talking about Dr. Doom and been ready for him to come to the MCU. Dr. Doom is going not for a while, not for a long time, but he will be remembered as one of the most underrated villains ever. When he's like mainstream in a couple of years and people know who he is, everybody's going to be talking about him. People didn't really talk about Thanos. Well,
that's the thing about Doom is that Doom has always been like, Doom is just that villain that everyone is afraid to use.
Dude,
except for the cartoons.
Yeah. And the cartoons have done him really well.
Yeah.
He was really good in the Avengers show.
Mm-hmm.
Doom is a constant thorn in the ass. He is super intelligent. He is super evil.
He's just that villain where you can't do anything to him politically. Like, he's like Marvel's...
He's like Black Panther.
He's like Marvel's Homelander.
Yeah.
In a way. Because he's too powerful to where you can't just straight up kill him.
Yeah.
And there's like nothing you can do to him politically or any other way because he's just that smart and he's just that well established where you can't touch him.
Yeah.
He's literally untouchable.
I mentioned Black Panther. I'm going to explain what I mean. Black Panther rules over the whole nation. Like, he's got all of Wakanda as kind of his support. Dr. Doom rules Latveria with an iron fist. Bro, you're not doing shit to him, all right?
It's not even with an iron fist. That's the other thing, is that he rules Latveria as an almost benevolent king.
Well, he's a king, and he has
but he's benevolent, meaning like he's helping the people of Latveria. He's prospering Latveria.
Yeah.
So the people of Latveria, it's not like a dictatorship.
Yeah, you're right. It's not as much a dictatorship. It's like
he's actually very good with the people of Latveria. So the people of Latveria have no issue with defending Doom.
Yeah.
Like, that's the problem. But again, it's just another problem. You can't do anything. You can't
just walk into Latveria and fuck up Doom. It's you got to go through the whole congregation.
But here's the thing about that, is that we haven't even had a mention of Latveria. Maybe one.
In the 2007 Fantastic Four movie, the second one.
No,
they mention it.
I'm talking about in the MCU.
Oh, in the MCU, no. I think you're talking about with.
I think there's been some small, little, maybe Easter eggs,
but nothing of substance.
No, nothing where they're straight out like, oh, this is from Latveria or wherever. Like,
no.
Like in Avengers: Age of Ultron, we knew we were going to get Black Panther pretty soon because they straight up just said Wakanda.
Yeah, they said. One of the whole plots of the movie is Ultron's trying to get vibranium imported from Wakanda.
So that was a good segue into getting Black Panther.
And then Black Panther movie.
But there is literally nothing. I mean, again, this is what, 2026. This comes out 2027.
Fantastic Four 2025.
Doomsday.
Oh, Doomsday 2026.
Okay, so we have a couple of years to establish Doom.
Yeah.
And again, let's also just lay this out that this is not the way this was supposed to be going.
Yeah.
Because Kang was supposed to be the big bad.
That's the other big point to this. Yes.
So this is all being like, okay, shit, we need to just go back to the drawing board and just redo everything. Like, fuck Kang. Everything with Kang is now out the window.
Yeah.
Like, okay, like, let's just get something down.
And that reinforces my theory that Marvel is panicking because what
100%
you're
they're
saying,
panicking.
what you were saying is
yeah.
they had the Kang stuff set up. He'd been in Loki, he'd been in the Ant-Man movie, he'd been in this. The seeds were planted for Kang to be the next Thanos.
Could you imagine if in the first 10 years of Marvel, if Josh Brolin had come out and done some crazy shit like that, and now they don't have a Thanos?
I mean, yeah, they would have transitioned to fucking, Galactus is our main villain. Like, what? Like, So, again, I'm not going to talk about the legal proceedings of what happened with Jonathan Majors, but Disney's done with them. And they're saying, okay, well, who can we transition to? Dr. Doom. Fantastic choice if that's who you're going to transition to. However, when you bring in Dr. Doom super rushed, and then you say, oh, yeah, by the way, he's being played by the biggest actor in the history of our franchise, it seems very lazy. And again, I have no doubt that Robert Downey Jr. is going to put on a phenomenal performance. I'm not questioning.
He can play a villain. Like
he could fuck shit up.
If you saw him in Oppenheimer, if that's anything of what we're getting in his performance with Doom, it's going to be great.
Which, by the way, speaking of Oppenheimer, I think we all wanted the other guy from Oppenheimer to be Doom.
The other dude.
Cillian Murphy. Marvel, we told you to watch Oppenheimer. Pay more attention to Oppenheimer himself. But yeah, so I just think it comes off as lazy. It comes off as tone deaf. And again, getting Robert Downey Jr. to be your main villain will draw eyeballs. I have no doubt. These movies are going to crush at the box office. And at the end of the day, I feel like that's what Disney cares about.
And I did see someone say in a tweet that, like, we can bitch about it all we want, but the general audiences are going to go fucking nuts for this. And that's so true.
Dude, like, my mom was going nuts for this.
Yeah, we're going to be, like, my parents are a little bit more enlightened. I'm not going to lie.
Shut the fuck up. They're a little bit more enlightened.
But so they were like, yeah, that's stupid. Like, whatever. But, well, first of all, they were like, who's Doom?
Oh, that's another. They're not enlightened. Yeah,
but that's another big thing of this is like, who the fuck is Dr. Doom?
Yeah, the general like newbie public doesn't know who Dr. Doom is, but the real ones, we know who Doom is. Mm-hmm. We know that this motherfucker Victor Von is about to fuck shit up in the MCU, and it's really hard to explain to non-comic book fans how cool Doom is and why we don't think Iron Man should play Doom. Also, this is a side tangent. I was talking to my mom about Deadpool. And I told my mom that Chris Evans was in it, and she got all excited. She's like, "Oh my god, Captain America!" I was like, "No, not Captain America." And I was like, "Human Torch." She said, "Who the fuck is Human Torch?" I said, "All right." I went upstairs. I didn't say shit the rest of the night, bro. Mm-hmm. I was pissed. Anyways,
but yeah, I mean there's not really a whole much more.
It's disappointing. Obviously,
I mean, okay, we can't really say if it's disappointing or not because we haven't seen it. I guess
it's lazy.
It's lazy, and that on that end of it, it's disappointing because it is lazy.
Yeah, it is.
But I mean, what else can they do right now?
Hire a different actor to play Doom. I mean, again,
but again, if they're going the route of Iron Man is the anchor being, we need to get an Iron Man. Which, by the way, I told you
the other day. That tweet that was out where somebody tweeted like, "Who's that Marvel anchor being?" I texted him. I was like, "Iron Man."
Well, and so at first I was like, "No, I don't think so," because then the universe would already be like dying.
Yeah,
and we would be able to tell.
But it's, I guess, like gradually dying. Like it's
which they did explain in Deadpool. Which I got. It's not like as soon as the anchor being goes, like everything else goes.
Yeah, it's not. Like
it's not like that.
No.
It's like a gradual decline until everything is dead.
Yeah.
So then I guess the TVA is going to intervene here and be like, "Hey, Iron Man wasn't supposed to die."
Yeah, what the fuck are you guys doing? Well, because they time travel, so like that could be a perfect. I mean, that end of it, Iron Man being the anchor being, I have no issue with because the TVA can come in and say, "Hey, you weren't supposed to time travel and beat Thanos." You know, like in Doctor Strange where they explained that Thanos won in a lot of universes. Mm-hmm. They could say like, "Oh, this is one of the universes where Thanos was supposed to win," but Iron Man was alive. I mean, Iron Man didn't die when Thanos won. He was alive, chilling in the cabin with his wife and daughter. Mm-hmm. So they say, "Oh, he was supposed to stay alive," and blah blah blah. Like that part, I think I love that part, and that part is really cool. However, to then bring in
and another thing too is like, I do want to mention this is that people are bitching about not only with Deadpool but also with this. They're like, "Oh, these two like their death scenes mean nothing now." That's so not true.
Stop it.
First of all, welcome to comic books.
Yeah.
Like,
people come back all the time.
Literally, the only rule in comic books is that Uncle Ben stays. No one stays dead except for Uncle Ben. That is the only rule of comic books.
And Batman's parents.
Yeah, not even that.
Oh yeah, because Flashpoint. Yeah, so not even that.
Like, no one is alive except. Like, no one stays dead except Uncle Ben. That's the only rule of comic books.
He's the reverse Anchor B.
Yeah, he's the reverse. If Uncle Ben comes back to life, we got a problem.
We got a fucking issue, bro.
Like, this is like a multiverse level.
Yeah. Playing 4D chess inside the multiverse. Yeah.
That's a fuck up so bad it would fuck up our real world.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it would bleed it.
Like, so first of all, just get that stupid shit the fuck out of here. Yeah. All those movies are still going to be there. The moment is still going to be around.
Yeah.
But welcome to comic books, man.
And speaking on Logan specifically, because we don't know how they're going to handle the Tony Stark thing going forward. Speaking on Logan specifically, Deadpool handled it by not fucking with it. They said, hey, Logan is dead. The Logan that you saw in this movie died. That's what enforced a lot of the plot of this movie, is that Deadpool was looking for other Wolverines because this one died. So bringing in other Wolverines from the multiverse doesn't affect what happened to this version of Wolverine that we had watched for 20 years.
Right.
So people who say that are just fucking stupid. I've been saying that on Twitter too.
Yeah, it's like just... Well, it's just especially on comic book movie Twitter, like everyone has a problem with fucking everything. And it's like, you can't... I've said this before.
Can you enjoy a movie, please?
But you can't just enjoy...
Yeah,
no, you can't even just like mildly dislike something. It's like, if you don't like it, you fucking hate it.
Yeah, right. And if you love it, it's the best movie ever. It's like, there's a medium line.
And and like, relax.
Please. Not everything's absolute. Please.
Like, it really is not that deep. But yeah, I'm curious. I'm optimistically curious.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see what, I guess, they do with it. But it is lazy. Just straight up, it's lazy.
All right.
Secret Wars,
yeah.
Battle World.
Battle will be fun. Battle World's a great story.
Pretty much the only thing that's been confirmed.
Battle World, everybody comes into one planet and they just fight each other, and it's like.
Well, Secret Wars is the catalyst of a lot of things in the Marvel universe.
Yeah, you ever seen the Venom suit for Spider-Man? That's Secret Wars.
That's a big one.
That's Secret Wars, baby.
There's also another version of Secret Wars, I think.
That's what brought Miles Morales into
the
not MCU, the main 616 universe.
Yeah. So it's probably going to be a little bit of that. It's probably where we're going to be getting maybe the end of the Sonyverse? Question mark.
Will Sony cooperate?
Yeah, if Sony wants to get their shit together and stop being a bunch of fucking pansy ass bitches and give us Spider-Man back, or
facts.
But yeah.
All right. Next subject of conversation for today is Batman Caped Crusader. Now, I remember this being announced a long time ago. It was a Bruce Timm project, so you absolutely know that it was going to bang. It's a noir style Batman set in the 40s, I believe.
It's like very noir.
Yeah, very noir. Originally, it was unfortunately supposed to be voiced by Kevin Conroy. Rest in peace.
So yes, it was supposed to be voiced by Kevin.
Yeah,
he passed away.
Yeah,
like right as they were starting production.
Yeah, I was gonna say he maybe did a little bit, but I don't think he got a lot done.
They had to, like, he died mid production, so they had to it was a whole thing, and they had to it was almost like canceled at one point. Yeah,
I remember it was getting shopped around by different distribution companies, and it was kind of up in the air. Amazon bought it. It's on Amazon Prime. Go watch it. I know JaCoby watched it, which is why I want to ask you.
I watched the whole series. It came out on Thursday, August 1st.
Today's Saturday, by the way.
Yeah. But I watched the whole thing. I watched the entire thing yesterday, so Friday.
Yeah.
I watched the whole season in one day.
Yeah, that's pretty nuts.
It's not. It literally took me a morning. I shouldn't even say a day. It took me a morning to finish the whole thing.
What were your kind of overall thoughts? Because you are like the Batman guy. Like, your opinion on Batman is like biblical law. Like, what was your give me first of all, give me what was good about this show.
There are I am gonna say there are things that I don't love.
Yeah, we'll say that for a second. What are good stuff?
No, I want to start with the negatives because I want to start with the negatives because when you end on a negative note, people aren't going to want to watch it.
Why don't you hit a compliment sandwich? Why don't you go good, bad, good?
That's so dumb. Why would I do that?
I'm hungry.
Yeah, apparently. When are you not?
Fuck you. Fuck you.
So the negatives are, it is very derivative of the animated series in some ways that I think that can be perceived as boring. It is there are a lot of new things that we haven't seen from Batman before that are very interesting, and then there's a lot of things that we have seen 1,000 times, and it takes away from that. Like in the first couple of episodes, like they're introducing villains as if we don't know who they are.
Oh yeah, that kind of would suck.
So like there's a whole like Harley Quinn, the way that Harley Quinn is portrayed in this universe, I don't like it at all. I don't like it at all. She's introduced as Dr. Harleen Quinzel. Oh, also spoilers. Hey, I'm gonna get into spoilers. I want you to watch it.
Yeah, I'll watch
so we can do like a little bit more. Yeah. But I am gonna say my thoughts on it. There's a whole episode where like she's Bruce Wayne's psychiatrist because he attacked somebody.
Okay. Because
someone like disrespected his mother in front of him.
Okay.
And he grabs the guy by the shoulder and like knocks him the fuck out, which hard as fuck. But then she's his psychiatrist, and like, but you already know who Harleen Quinzel is.
Yeah.
So when they start doing shit there, it's like, oh, her patients are going missing, and then there's this stuff happening, and now there's this person in a jester costume.
I wonder what it is.
I wonder what it is, you know?
Yeah.
And in this universe, there's no Joker. Harley Quinn is outright lesbian in this universe. She's just straight up lesbian. She's also canonically gay, very openly gay in the comics, but she's bi.
Yeah.
Which, like, whatever. I don't care. It's just one of those things where it's like, oh, okay, she's just straight up gay in this universe. Yeah. There is a Joker tease at the end, and from what I heard of his voice, not great.
What did you think of the Batman voice?
Fucking awesome. Yeah, that pretty much, I mean, other than like that little stuff, it can be boring just because you already know the fate of a lot of these characters if you know who they are. Yeah. Like, for example, Harvey Dent is in this universe, and it's like the last 2 episodes of the series where Harvey Dent becomes Two-Face.
Yeah.
And you know he's going to become Two-Face at some point.
Yeah.
Because Harvey Dent is Two-Face.
Yeah.
But there are a lot of other things. I've also noticed in this show, there's a lot more racial diversity in this show.
Oh, okay.
A lot more racial diversity.
Okay.
Like Detective Flass, who is probably most known from like mainstream audiences as the bad cop from Batman Year One.
Yeah.
He's black in this universe. He's an African American character. Cool.
Yeah.
Dr. Harleen Quinzel is like racially, I don't know what she is, and I don't want to say what she is, but she's not white. Commissioner Gordon is African American.
Which they've done that in movies too. I think Jeffrey Wright.
And I don't.
Yeah,
there's nothing wrong with it. And there's in the show, he's still Commissioner Gordon. He's just black.
Yeah.
Barbara Gordon is also black in this universe,
which makes sense if her dad's black.
So there is an episode with all of the Robins.
There's Robins in the show?
They're not Robins, but they're the characters of Robins.
Oh, like Jason and Dick and...
Literally, there's a character named Dickie who is straight up drawn as in like the old, like very old Bob Kane style of Robin.
Okay.
Or maybe not Bob Kane. I don't know. Whoever the fuck did Robin. There's him. There is Jason, who goes by Jace. There's Stephanie Brown.
Oh, come on.
Steffi.
There's Timmy.
And then there's no Tim, but there's fucking Carrie Kelly. But they're all in the same orphanage, and I'm like, okay, wait
a minute.
So there's 2...
Batman just adopting all these motherfuckers.
Like literally, like what is he gonna do? Like, is he gonna adopt all of them?
What size Robin suit do you wear? You wear extra small? All right, hop in the Batmobile.
Like, are we doing Robins in this show? Is that going to be a thing later?
Is that like a tongue-in-cheek thing? Or?
Yeah, like, if so, are we going to go the route with Dick Grayson? Are we going to go, like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
Because you just literally introduced all 4 of, like, the main Robins.
I don't like that. That's
I didn't love it either.
Yeah, that's kind of weird. Yeah.
That they're just there.
Yeah. Now, I read something, and to your point of kind of some characters being a little different, whatever. I read something that originally when Bruce Timm was approached by people at DC to make this show, they wanted it to be an extension of Batman the Animated Series.
Definitely is.
And he said, I don't want to do Batman the Animated Series. I want to do something different. But obviously he has his signature style, has whatever. So he made a completely new show set in the, like I said, like 30s, 40s, whatever it is, in the noir style. I'm sure the show is, I've heard, it's more violent than the animated series.
It's very adult.
It's language too as well.
Not hard language, but there is like some language.
Yeah, more than you would see on.
It's definitely not. It's definitely not a kid's cartoon. It's not. It's not for that audience.
So okay.
There is. Yeah, I mean, it's very. I don't know. It's animated series, but it's not. It feels more animated series again because it is Bruce Timm.
Yeah.
But it is very different. It's its own thing.
Yeah, like the
and
Batman.
They make that very clear.
Like the Batman design looks very similar. His ears are a little bit longer.
No, his Batman design is very much akin to his first appearance, even down to the gloves, except they just aren't purple.
Oh, he's got gloves? Oh, I didn't know that. I've seen like the images of him just kind of perched up. The bat symbol looks very similar. The suit.
The Batman scenes itself are fucking great.
Really?
Very, very Batman.
Good.
And that's like part of what I like about it because it is new. It's very fresh. It's a lot of it is very refreshing because it's like, okay, I haven't seen any Batman stuff like this ever. Like this is great.
Yeah.
I'm down with this.
Yeah.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
But then there are just some things where it's like, okay, don't love that. But Penguin, gender swap Penguin, fucking great.
I saw people bitching about that, but you said it was really good.
Absolutely no problem with it.
Yeah, you said
and
it was
anybody
good.
that bitches about it is just going to be
just miserable.
Some fucking pansy ass bitch that wants to watch the same fucking Batman shit over and over and over again.
Yeah.
Her name is Oswalda Cobblepot.
Cobblepot?
Yeah. And she has 2 sons and she's very ruthless. She's Penguin.
She's like
hardcore Penguin.
Cruella de Vil or something, or is that kind of how she is?
Yeah, a little bit, I would say.
Yeah.
A little bit of Cruella de Vil in there.
Yeah.
But the Iceberg Lounge is on a boat in this universe.
That's kind of cool.
It's like on a cruise, not a cruise ship, but like a yacht type thing.
Oh yeah, like a party boat or something. Yeah.
So that's the Iceberg Lounge in this universe. She has all of the police in her back pocket.
Of course.
The main mob boss in Gotham right now. It's not a Falcone. It's not a Roni. It is Rupert Thorne, who's like very old school Batman villain.
Which is cool because it's an old school Batman show.
Mm-hmm.
So that's
like cool. It literally is like a cartoon that's based on just the 40s version of the comics, except there's just some minor changes. Harvey Dent, fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Two-Face, great.
Yeah.
Seriously great.
I heard so the voice acting you think overall was pretty good other than the Joker tease at the end, you would say? I know Tom Kenny's in the show.
Mm-hmm. Dude, Yuri Lowenthal's in this show.
Yeah, Yuri Lowenthal's in the show.
Christina Ricci, she's great as Catwoman.
Yeah.
The new guy, the new Batman, I don't know his name, but he did great.
Okay, good.
Did really good.
Yeah, I heard his voice. He sounded good.
He sounded like he's really good.
Yeah.
And they do a really good job of like the in this show, like when Bruce Wayne is playing Bruce Wayne is the only time that he sounds like Bruce Wayne. Every other time he sounds like Batman. Good. So like there are times when like Batman's in the car with like where Bruce Wayne's in the car with Alfred.
Yeah.
And he's talking about Batman stuff and he's like, all right, I need a he drops his voice down and he sounds like Batman.
That's cool.
But then when he's as Bruce Wayne and he's talking about other people and he's like, oh, I must have like there's a scene where he's escaping from the Penguin on the boat and he jumps into the water to get back on top and he's like he sees Barbara Gordon and he's like, wouldn't be me if there wasn't someone wouldn't be a party if there wasn't someone overboard, or like tries to do some stupid like joke and then she doesn't laugh at it and she walks away and like a bunch of other people walk up and they're like, oh my God, Bruce, are you okay? And he's like, wouldn't be me if there wasn't someone overboard. Like he says the exact same joke in the exact same timing and everyone else laughs.
Yeah.
So Bruce Wayne in this version is he's the mask in this and they make that very apparent. There's no subliminal shit. It's very, very apparent in this.
I love me a good like Playboy Bruce Wayne, total contrast from what Batman is. That's what
it's very apparent. Like even to the point where he he tries to bribe Renee Montoya.
Yeah.
He tries to bribe her and she doesn't take it. And then he's like, okay, well, she got offended when I tried to, like he tells Alfred, she got offended when I tried to bribe her. She could be an ally. Like he uses shit like that. Or when Two-Face got attacked, he's like, cause like Harvey and Bruce are like really good friends. They always are in like every continuity. And Bruce, takes him out to dinner and like Harvey like freaks out and whatever. He's like trying to get information so he can go find the guys who did it as Batman, but it's like a bad move and like it's just a whole thing. But yeah, it's very good. It's very good.
Good. I'm glad you like it. I will be watching it at some point. Again, it just came out like 2 days, like literally like a day and a half ago, so I haven't had a chance to watch it. But yeah, okay. Last thing I want to end on, and as I open to my blank page in my notes, by the way, as I open to my blank page in my notes, I wanted to end the show talking about Deadpool, bringing it up. Do you know, JaCoby, what the box office earnings right now are for Deadpool?
The last I saw it was like 150 mil.
I'm talking about worldwide.
Oh no,
$600 million first week.
Holy shit!
$600 million. The last Deadpool movie made $800 million total. So this movie is on pace to become
its opening week.
Opening week. This movie is on pace. And again, I checked the numbers last night. This is again Saturday morning. So as of August 3rd, the morning of, we're on pace, JaCoby, to have this become the highest earning R-rated movie ever.
Holy shit.
Ever. I mean, it's already broken records for like opening weekend, opening domestic weekend, everything like that. I mean, this movie...
I did also see the count. There is 118 total F-bombs.
In the MCU, and one of them from Guardians. Yeah.
Open the fucking door.
Yeah. And then,
my favorite scene of any of the Guardians movies.
Yeah. So I am so glad, because one of the biggest issues with Disney acquiring Deadpool was there was thought of, well, Disney's not going to make an R-rated movie because R-rated movies, they limit the audience, and you can only be seen by adults, and Disney was worried about that. I don't think they should have any worry going forward. If you make a movie that's faithful to the character, even if it's R-rated, we will come. We will see it, and we will give you our money. And again,
especially now, because a lot of the kids that grew up with the MCU, like us,
they're older now.
We're all adults.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
yeah,
I was just doing like a little bit of an MCU rewatch, and I remember watching a lot of those movies as a kid, and now it's like,
yep,
dude, it's been fucking 10 years.
You want to hear something crazy? If you were born in 2006, you're 18 right now.
Dude, you want to know something fucking crazier?
What?
Guardians of the Galaxy came out 10 fucking years ago.
Oh, that physically hurts my chest,
literally,
bro.
It was like 2 days ago.
I remember that movie coming out so vividly. Oh my gosh.
10 years ago.
Dude, I'm fucking old.
Yeah, dude. Like, holy shit.
God, I remember seeing that movie. What was the first Marvel movie you saw in theaters?
The
like
Avengers.
MCU movie.
The Avengers. Straight up. The Avengers. All the other, because that was like back then, like where those movies came out, but then like they immediately were out on DVD, so you would just buy them and whatever.
Yeah.
But like, I remember I was watching all that stuff, and then like we went and saw the Avengers in theaters, and it was a whole.
Yeah.
But that movie, like, just.
I remember I saw Iron Man 2 with my uncle. I hadn't even seen Iron Man 1. I was 8. I was 7 or 8. I saw Iron Man 2 in theaters, and I remember I loved that movie, and then I saw Iron Man 1, and then I realized, like, oh my gosh, they're making an Avengers movie, because I'd watched the Avengers cartoon.
You were younger than that in
2010. I was 7 or 8.
Holy shit, really?
Yeah. Yeah. And then the universe is just blown up ever since. It's crazy just to think about.
I mean, yeah, but like, Marvel, listen, our rating does not fucking matter at all.
If you make a good movie that is faithful to the characters and is entertaining and you give effort, because if there's one word to describe this movie, it is passion and effort. That's 2 words, but you know what I mean. If you make a movie like that, you'll make your money, Disney. Okay, don't sacrifice quality for an R rating. So that's all I wanted to say. I want to kind of wrap up the show. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it.
Yes, thank you guys for watching,
and we'll catch you guys in the next episode.
Peace.